Hello everyone and welcome to another video and welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. In today's video, I want to go into something that's been on my mind just recently because I was actually on Facebook and you know how those little memories come up and they're like, this is what you did 5 years ago on this date. Yeah, so one of those came up for me and it was a really kind of sad post that I had made years and years ago back in January of 2020. And it talked all about how I was going through a really rough time. I was struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I was just in a space where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I'm not sure if any of you have ever been in that position before, but I want to share with you my experiences with that and what I've learned over the past 3 years and how I kind of got myself out of that funk, but also how I still kind of stayed in it. So stick around and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. So back in 2020, I wrote this long Facebook post about how I was going to be off of social media for a little while. I said, I'm going to be off social media until I can rediscover who I am and what I'm meant to be. And the whole reason behind making this Facebook post was to say I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And leave a comment or let me know if you've ever felt like that before. Like you've just been so sick and tired of being sick and tired in your life. It just seems like no matter what you do day in and day out, it just seems like the same thing every single day. And that was a big part of it. I found myself endlessly scrolling on social media, going to my phone and just looking at it and being in this space of saying, well, I can't compare myself to these people because they're always doing so much better than me. Everything I see on social media is just so much better and more exciting than my entire life that's happening around me. And the crazy thing is, when I wrote that, it was shortly after, well, it was about 2 years after my daughter was born. And I just found myself, like, while she was playing on the floor, I was scrolling through social media, looking at other people's lives instead of focusing on the beautiful creation that was in front of me. And, I love my daughter more than anything in the entire world. And I wish, that is probably one of my only regrets in life is that I wish I could go back to those times and spend more conscious effort focusing on her and just being there for her. And that makes me that makes me really emotional even just thinking it because there's nothing I love more in this world than my daughter and being a part of that family and just having her around. Bringing it back to the point, social media can sometimes be such an absolutely tremendous force for good, right? Like it's a great way for people, post about their business to gain awareness of who they are, what they do, but it also has really dire consequences to using it. It's incredibly addictive and it's designed that way. I'm sure any of you who have seen any documentaries about the impacts of social media have seen this kind of thing. That social media is designed to keep you on as long as possible. And I found myself in that kind of situation. Once Reels started coming around, I was finding myself scrolling through, it's like, oh, I'm only going to do this for maybe 10 minutes. And then next thing you know, an hour or two has gone by and you're still just flicking the screen, getting that next dopamine hit. And I just made the decision a few years ago to stop going on social media until I could figure out and find who I was again. But here's the thing. Social media is addicting, right? So I said, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then a month later, I was back on social media. I was back scrolling and the same thing happened. And now it's 3 years later. It's January 26th, 2023, when I'm recording this. And I just caught myself after reading that post. I caught myself, man, what have I been doing? I spent the morning scrolling through social media, scrolling through Instagram Reels. I've been watching YouTube videos over the past, I don't even know, past few years on self-improvement and how I can better myself, but then I haven't done anything for it. And maybe you're in this position as well. And I've been thinking and just kind of racking my brain around what is it that makes someone else so successful, and yet here I am not becoming the version I envision myself to be. And that's a big distinction because we all have an idea of what we want in our life, but so many of us are stuck in that living vicariously through other people's lives and wishing for a better life. But the thing is, how many of us are taking action on that? See, for me, I always wanted to be a content creator. I love to make videos and I love to edit them and I love to just build a community. Like, honestly, if I could just sit here and stream and just have conversations with people, I would love that. Filming a video like this, talking to you directly like this, it's great. But what I really love to do is have conversations with people. I love to hear other people's opinions on things, have debates, talk to them about it, question point of views. But I feel like, too, at the same time, our society has become so soft that any kind of differing opinion to other people is often looked down upon. And there's so many times where you can even get, like, quote unquote canceled for saying something that other people don't line up with. It's almost like other people can't have points of view anymore, you know? Which I think is really funny, because I think that when other people have other points of view to what I have, it's a good opportunity for me to learn from it. I might not agree with it, and most of the time I don't agree with what a lot of other people say. But I feel like that's okay, and that's all right, because I can hear their point of view, I can either accept it or I can reject it. And that's the glorious thing about being a human, right? Like, you have that ability to accept or reject ideas. And if you don't agree with it, that's fine. But if you do agree with it, then, go along with it. But I think what goes wrong is when people start trying to force you to believe one ideology. And I know this is kind of turned into like this major rant about different sides of things, but I just want to bring this point home to say that I want to get back to being me again. I found myself, I was looking at that post this morning on Facebook, and it just got me thinking, like, man, am I still in that same position? And I don't know how many of you are watching this that might need to hear this, but are you still in that same position you were 3 years ago? Yes, I've grown in different ways, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I've gone through ups and downs. But looking at that post and then seeing myself this morning scrolling through Instagram Reels just made me think back again and say, am I really living that purpose that I want? Am I building that community that I've always wanted? Am I connecting with the people that I want to connect with? Am I empowering other people? And how can I be empowering other people when I'm sitting here focusing on scrolling through other people's lives, when I'm not improving my own life? How can I improve other people? How can I build a community? How can I build a tribe when I'm not creating content to build that tribe with? How can I be the best version of myself? And yes, I'm kind of giving myself my own kind of therapy through this and talking myself through a problem I have, but I think there's a lot of other people that have this same problem. A lot of other people are lost. A lot of, they're lost in the social media train. They're lost in seeing people do dances and do different hacks and do different, polarizing videos. And I understand why. They're addictive to watch. I enjoy them. Like, there's so many memes that I love just laughing at on Instagram. But right after I saw that post on Facebook, I deleted Instagram again off my phone for the third time this month. And man, I just want you to succeed. And I want to have more genuine content like this, where I just come on, I talk. And if you've made it this far, thank you for watching, because I know I'm kind of rambling and just going off, but I just want to thank you for watching this content, for watching me ramble on about this stuff and talk about what I'm going through, because maybe you're going through something the same, and I want to help you get through that. I'm not trying to sell you any courses. I'm not trying to enroll you in anything. I'm just inviting you to come on this journey with me. I'm inviting you, to take back the pen of your life and start writing something new. Make your life the best it can be. I truly believe I was put on this earth to make a difference. And, I've been searching and searching and searching for how I can make that different. What's the new way? Trying to reinvent the wheel. Like, what's the best way I can be the best influencer, the best way that I can be the best person to help people in the best way. And the reason I keep saying best, 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 best is because I was locked into this need for perfectionism, this need to say, if I'm not doing it perfectly, if I don't have everything lined up the way it needs to be, then I'm not going to do it. And then I started looking at other motivational speakers and I just started thinking, oh my God, this is the most cringe thing. Like everyone's just saying the same thing. But why did I follow them in the first place? It's because something they said resonated with. And sometimes, it's not the message, it's the person who's saying the message. If you connect with that person, right? Because there's so many people who've said, oh yeah, just get off social media, just take a break from it, whatever. But there's sometimes that one person, and in this case, it was myself 3 years ago that said, man, what are you doing, Jake? What are you doing? Are you finding yourself getting back into those old habit patterns? Are you finding yourself getting back into that endless scroll on Instagram, Facebook, now YouTube Shorts? Are you doing that to yourself? And is this where you want to be in the next 3 years? Doing the same thing? Or do you want to be on that global stage, empowering people, having people reach out to you, having people come up to you on the street and saying, Jake, man, you changed my life. Honestly, like I just want to be like the best help I can be to someone out there. And if I can help you reach your goals, then great. If I can help motivate you, if I can give you that one, even that, 5 seconds within this video where you go, man, that really resonated with me. And I'm going to make a change in my life. That's what I want. I want to have conversations with people. I want to talk with people. I want to talk with you. I want you to be the best version of yourself possible. And I want you to wake up and just think like, man, I can take this world by storm today. I'm going to take back control of my life. I'm going to be that kind of person that the world needs me to be. And that's really what I want for you. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If any of this resonated with you, please drop a comment below. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Like the video, because I want to get more people woken up to their own greatness. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
We already lied, that took you to the right.